क्या हुआ रे?
This is
Move नहीं
this
कर
is being
रहा.
live streamed as well. Very good.
Is it?
Yeah, I just got the message that this is being live streamed, Deborah. That's great.
Okay.
Actually, sir, the few of the participants are not able to join, so I'm gonna put it on the YouTube also so that they can live stream, see the live stream.
Yeah, I can understand because it has become 100 now.
So also that Surinder, if there are some messages in the chat box,
I'm looking
you
at it
can
now.
just keep a track of that.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's begin. क्या है? क्यों नहीं चल रहा? So at the end of completion of 6 weeks, as we had discussed, we will have the first in-person workshop. So this workshop will be from 9 a.m. till 5:15 p.m. So 8:30 to 9 is the time for registration, reception, and pre-test. Pre-test, the questions or the points that we have, we can discuss at the end. So pre-test can either be sent on the Google form or it can be mailed to the coordinators who can print it and do it in person over there, that is in hard copy. Because there are positives and negatives of both. Positives being that on the Google form they can answer whenever they feel like, but then it should not confuse with that weekend assessment that is sent. So like week 6 weekend assessment will be sent on Saturday morning, so that should not get confused with this pre-test. So that's why probably doing it as a hard copy on paper may be better, but we can have inputs from all of you at the end. However, we must have the pre-test for this. So 9 o'clock we start. So 9 to 9:30 will be the overview of the topics of the day. That will be done by probably the coordinator there or the senior most faculty that they can decide. And this can be given an overview to the students who are there. So really speaking, 9:30 we start. So 9:30 to 11, which is 1.5 hours, we have 45 minutes, 2 stations that are done. Then there is a break for tea break. And then there is another 2 stations, which are again 45 minutes. So 12:45 to 1:30 will be the lunch. Next 2 rotations or next 2 stations, stations will be 4 pre-lunch and 4 post-lunch, as I think we had discussed earlier also. But after 2 rotation, we have 1 break, another 2 rotation, we have another break, which is lunch. Then the next 2 rotations, we have another break for tea break, which is 15 minutes, and lunch break is 45 minutes. And then finally, last 2 rotations from 3:15 to 4:45. And 4:45 to 5:15, we have the post test. We have kept this time for the hard copy post test, which can be done there. And any feedback that the students have, as well as valedictory, that needs to be done. There would be no certificates distributed at the end of this workshop. In fact, even after the second workshop also, the certificates would not be distributed because we'll have all the assessments, all the attendance of these workshops, and then depending on the scores, the certificates will be generated. So these stations that we have is first on nutrition. We'll go through them in little bit of detail. Nutrition, which has expression of breast milk, orogastric and pallida feeds, and how to set up a milk kitchen, which is how do you prepare and disburse enteral feeds. Then developmentally supportive care, workstation 2. So to say, once these 2 stations are done, but different batches will be going through different 2 stations. But after 2 stations, there'll be a break. Then KMC, which is counseling and technique, as well as temperature recording. So this is related to thermal care of the baby. And the 4th station is equipment, which covers radiant warmer, phototherapy, glucometer, and transcutaneous bilirubinometer. So at the medical college level, or even if it is being done at an institute which is not a medical college, we definitely would have these very basic equipment which are there, which can be arranged for the. So, Dr. Thapar, we will come to all these, that the faculty doesn't rotate, faculty remains stationed at the station. So we have 2 faculty per station and they will remain stationed at their place. The students will rotate. So these are the 4 stations. After that is lunch break. Then is anthropometric measurements, In that, we have weighing machine, inflatometer, and the use of growth charts. Workstation 6 will be asepsis routines, hand hygiene, disinfection routines. Workstation 7 will be ETAT and monitoring of a sick neonate. And the last one in the day, the 8th one, is again equipment, similar to the 4th one, which takes care of infusion pump, intravenous cannulation, drugs and IV fluid, how do we prepare them in an aseptic manner, and drug dilution, drug dispensing. So there are some caveats with this. I think we had discussed when we had the initial orientation. So it doesn't move well for me somehow. Anyway, so we require 8 faculty for the 8 workstations. Doesn't mean 1 for each workstation. It is actually 2 for each workstation. So 8 people in the morning, 2 at each station, and they remain at their station. And post lunch, again, 2 faculty per station. The same 8 would serve in the morning and also in the afternoon, so that they have to do, any set of 2 faculty members have to do 2 stations, one pre-lunch and one post-lunch. So it isn't too much for them also, because if we had just 1 faculty, it will be too much when the rotation of 4 batches occurs. We are ideally looking at 4 batches, whatever students you have, 20, 24, 28, whatever. So you divide them in 4 batches and they rotate through the 4 workstations in the morning and similar 4 in the afternoon. So workstation 1 is nutrition, expression of milk, orogastric tube feeding, palliative feeding, milk kitchen, and dispensing of the EBM. So skills to be covered will be indication of and the process of milk expression. It's very important that the correct process or method of milk expression, which is manual expression, is taught to each mother whose baby is in the neonatal unit. Of course, it should be taught to everybody, should know that, but right now we are just concentrating on babies in the facility. So mothers should be taught precise method and location of expressing milk without pain. So we will have this will be done at the workstation, and we'll send you a detailed kind of a dossier where all this is explained. Here I'm just touching what needs to be covered at the station, not how it needs to be covered. The how will come to you, which we will either mail you or just send it on the group, the WhatsApp group of the faculty and the coordinators. So one option can be use of mama breast, but I'm sure I'm quite clear that it may not be available everywhere. So as a simulator, we can just have a breast model made from a sock, and the stuffing of cotton can be there, or from a linen, to show the duct anatomy and how it should be expressed, so that the milk comes out from, it's not just at the nipple. Of course, all of you know that, but just to say that students should be taught this concept clearly. Procedure of collection, including containers to be used. So do we use steel containers? Do we use glass containers, or do we use plastic containers? So obviously we are not to use plastic containers, and glass containers, there may be a lot of breakage stuff, etc. So most of us end up using containers which are of stainless steel, katori, pallida, etc. Storage and proper dispensing of the expressed breast milk. If the mother has expressed more than what the baby is receiving in one feed, how do you store it and how do you feed to the baby in the next feed? So all this dossier will come, but this is only the key skills that need to be covered. Demonstration of landmark for orogastric tube measurement on the mannequin, insertion and fixation so that the tube doesn't move. Demonstration of palliative feeding, how do you feed from the angle of the mouth, how to minimize spillage, all that. And please do not think that this is the nurse's job. So there's no point in this station. And the students also have the same attitude that there's nothing to learn in this. They must know, only then they can see whether the nurses in the unit are doing it appropriately or not. And when they come up with a complaint that this baby is not taking well or there's too much of spillage, they know the technique, they can check on that. So it's very important that our doctors, our residents learn this. And so also our faculty takes keen interest in teaching these skills. Assessment of feeding skill of a newborn based on the rate and spillage of feeds. So this dossier will come where it explains all this. And demonstration of asepsis principles while handling the express breast milk. So, as I said, steel containers, hand hygiene, do not touch the internal side of the container, and they should be kept covered. It can be a small dibby with a lid, or it can just be covered with a cellophane, whichever way, but the milk that is kept should be kept covered. So that is the first workstation. Please do not think that it is something mundane. It is the foundation for newborn care in NICU or SNCU. Second workstation is developmentally supportive care. So these things have to be demonstrated. Demonstration of how to make a nest using linen. How much should be the depth of that? What would be the ideal size for a baby? Demonstration of position during swaddling. How do you use a linen wrap on how the baby's limbs should remain flexed and covered? So this all needs to be demonstrated using maybe a mannequin and some cloth that you have so that you can make the nest and that can be shown. Demonstration of activities of daily living, including how to pick up the baby straight up, avoid any hip elevation. How do you cluster the care so that the baby is not disturbed every now and then? And demonstrating whenever there is a painful procedure, demonstrating using a EBM in a syringe, or by a pallida, which can be just 1 or 2 drops can be put into the baby's mouth. Or if that is not available at that time, maybe 25% dextrose can be used as non-pharmacological measures of pain relief while a prick is being done for any kind of sampling. So these things, the faculty has to really internalize these things so that the students will learn it in that manner. So that was workstation 2. Now 3, I hope I'm not missing out on, yeah. Workstation 3 would be on KMC and temperature measurement. So preparing a mother for KMC, and it will be, I mean, absolutely ideal. And I would be so thankful if you can actually have a real mother with a low birth weight baby, which can be from a postnatal ward, need not be from your NICU, but a stable baby, so to say, who is stable from the step down area or also from the postnatal ward where the baby's weight is actually less than 2.5, get a mother and baby. And, if that is not feasible, at least one of your staff nurses can act as a mother who's counseled in front of the group of students that are there when you're teaching. So showing the prerequisites for KMC, pulse oximeter, front open gown or binder, hygiene of the mother, including her nails, hair should be cleanly tied up, and hands are washed, nails are trimmed. So all this needs to be, these small little things need to be really spoken about and shown in the demonstration. Workstations are all about demo, show these things. Position of the baby, if you cannot get a real mother and baby, then maybe take a mannequin or a soft doll or dummy doll, and you have one of your nurses as the props who's listening to the counseling, asking relevant questions. You can prepare the prop before, so that make it as realistic as it can be. Monitoring during KFC, including the baby's neck position, the baby's breathing. So dossier for what needs to be done will come. This is the skills that need to be taught. Monitoring KMC. So monitoring chart for KMC will also be provided. And for the temperature part, touch method must be taught to the students, the tactile touch method, trunk and the periphery, digital thermometer, how it's to be used, how to hold the thermometer, and the asepsis before the procedure. Coming to workstation 4, which is on equipment, radiant warmer, phototherapy, glucometer, transcutaneous bilirubinometer. So what needs to be taught is parts of the radiant warmer. So this will all come to you. So which is the one that is reflecting, which is the heating source, and so on. What are the modes, manual, servo, how and where to connect the skin probe, demo on a mannequin, exact length and width of tegaderm adhesive to be used, how to put it, how to prevent skin injury, at the same time how to prevent that the probe is not fully attached and it's actually moving up from the skin. So all that needs to be really shown on a mannequin, not on a real baby. And how does one clean the radiant warmer? How does one clean the bassinet? Again, we should not take it as this is the nurse's job and this is the Aya's job, so we should not know. Unless we know, we obviously will not be able to check on what is happening in our unit. Then phototherapy, again, parts of the phototherapy machine, lights to be used, how to assess the usage of lights, care of baby under phototherapy, what all needs to be done, clean. How do you keep a phototherapy clean? How do you clean it in between babies? So the dossier for this, the information will come, but please remember that these key skills need to be taught. And I'm going to share this, excuse me, presentation after this so that you don't have to note down any of them. You have it as a ready reckoner. Glucometer, again, its parts, including the strips, how to insert the strips, the lancet, how much should be the depth of the a puncture that we need to make, preparation, what all is the preparation that is required for the procedure, area where the prick has to be done and where it is not to be done, can be shown on a mannequin. Non-pharmacological pain measures, we just talked about that little while back. So TCB may be something that may not be available. If that is not there, it's fine. We obviously cannot be supplying that to all the centers, but it's okay. If it's not there, one can still talk about what is a transcutaneous bilirubinometer, what is its utility, although then it doesn't become a skill, then it is just a theoretical discussion. So that this is the time where we break for lunch. Then is workstation 5, which is on anthropometric measurements. So we have the weighing scale and the infantometer there, and growth charts. So parts of the machine, how do you sensitivity and calibration of the weighing machine before use? How do you calibrate it? Every morning you want to calibrate if it is a busy unit, or if you want to do it twice a week. So that will all be there in the dossier. So, but then touch upon the calibration of the unit, tearing of the weight and zeroing, asepsis and temperature control during weighing. So these are two things that often happen, that the baby becomes cold, or asepsis is not maintained on the same sheet or on the same weighing machine babies are weighed. So how to take care of this will be there, but you need to touch upon this aspect when you're talking to the students at this station. Measurement of length using infantometer, how do you measure it? So all the methodology will be there. Plot the weight and length on the growth chart, and then analyze this. Is the baby growing well? Is the baby faltering? What is happening? Head circumference, what kind of tape to be used, how to take this head circumference, which is the area where the tape should overlap, and so on. So landmarks for measuring head circumference. 6 will be on asepsis routines. I'm sure all of us have fair idea of this asepsis routines. So asepsis schedules using the SOP. So we must have written SOP, which should be there. Common resuscitation equipment, how they are to be cleaned. The no-touch technique using common devices like IV cannula. So asepsis using this no-touch technique. So endotracheal tube, orogastric tube. Concept of 3-bucket technique for the sweeping of the areas within the SNCU NICU, and demonstration and return demonstration of hand hygiene by all the participants. 7 is on ETAT. So how do we monitor the vitals of a sick neonate? How do we measure the SpO2? Where should the SpO2 probe be? Where it should not be? How it should be placed, and so on. How to assess the capillary refill? Location on the mannequin at the sternum can be shown. Counting can be shown. So we need not have a real baby, but at least on the mannequin, this can be shown. Counting of the respiratory rate. So this, if feasible, if we can, show it on a baby as to how to count, because many times, many of our residents make a mistake in how they count the respiratory rate. Assessing the distress scoring systems, temperature assessment and management, significant hypothermia, what is significant hypothermia, and how do you manage that. Last one is again equipment. So infusion pump, parts of the infusion pump, how to load the syringe and how to use the infusion pump. Excuse me, how to set the rate and bolus. How do you give a bolus when the same fluid that is going, can that be given as a bolus without breach in the tubing or the system? How do we clean the infusion pump? Again, don't think that this is the nurses or the Aya's job and we need not know it. It's important that we know it, only then we can check on that. Preparation of IV fluids aseptically. If we don't have a laminar flow, no issues, but how do we prepare them aseptically on a clean site? That needs to be discussed. Dilution, how to calculate using PMO line and the volume accounting for the volume of the PMO line. How do we calculate? How much is the amount of drug that needs to go and how much is the amount of fluid that has to be taken, so that we do appropriate dilution. This is quite important for many drugs, including antibiotics that we use. Dispensing, checking the label, identifying that it's going to the correct baby, and connecting to the infusion pump. So these would be the things that need to be ensured while the skills are being taught. So SOPs for workstation that we just discussed, there'll be a pre-test and post-test, which we will send, but I will need your opinion on whether we should do it as a hard copy test there and you collect it and you check it and send us the scores, or it should be on Google Form. So wait, somehow it's not moving. So attendance is mandatory. So all the faculty members, I request you to please ensure that you take the attendance in the beginning, and on all stations, you just ensure that they attend all the stations. So attendance is mandatory. Written attendance with proper complete names of faculty and participants is required. So faculty names, because we would be issuing out faculty certificates, which will help our faculty in terms of subsequently, like this will be counted as something that they have done for NNF, and this will be counted towards their subsequent FNNF and other aspects where they would be involved in NNF activities further, that they have served as faculty for this very basic thing that we are doing for our postgraduates in pediatrics. So we need the names of the faculty as well as written attendance of the participants. And as I said, certificates will be issued by the NNF office. So some of the do's and don'ts for the workshop. So please demonstrate practical aspects and do not while away that time of 40-45 minutes in just talking theory or just telling them something just verbally. So take return demonstration from the participants of whatever you have taught, whether you've taught them how to make a nest or how to do the temperature assessment or any of the aspects that you've taught them. So you take return demonstration and please stick to time. So when you look at one station where 5 or 6 things have to be taught, you know that, okay, in 45 minutes, how much time can I devote to each one? Or if one is a skill which will take a little longer, so divide accordingly that, okay, 5 minutes for this, but 10 minutes for this, and so on. And I'm sure you're all experienced faculty, so we don't need to give you that kind of a breakup. The don'ts really are, please do not play any video at the workstations. I've seen that happen earlier. It's a real waste of time. Videos have already been supplied. They can see at their leisure time on their devices, whether it's tablet, phone, or laptop or whatever. So please do not play any videos saying that, look, I'll show you on the video how it's done. No, they are there physically in front of you. Please show with your hands on the mannequin or whatever gadget that you have to show them. So no videos to be displayed there. Do not explain theoretical aspects. That can be left to the tea break or the lunch breaks, where you can talk about some theoretical aspect if a particular student is interested in knowing that. And my request to the organizers is, don't spend too much time or effort or energy on the inaugurations and talks that we normally are very fond of doing. So let's just start the work actually at 9:30 and finish by 4:45 and then have the discussion after that, as per the schedule. So we utilize maximum time for the real work for which, your students are traveling from a distance and coming to you, and of course the faculty also. So we are all putting in effort. In fact, you are all putting in so much effort. So let's make the best use of time. So that would be my request in terms of the do's and don'ts. So the budget, many people had asked for how will we sustain? It is difficult to organize something. How are we going to sustain that? So for the food, for the stationery, if needed, that is if we decide on hard copy, pre and post test. And so this would definitely be provided to the hospital or the college which is organizing. So there will be, this will be given from NNF in terms of the support for organizing the workshop. Local faculty who's coming, their travel, because this is not funded by anybody. We don't have any funds from any organization or any pharma company, so to say. It's all the students' registration money that is being used for doing these workshops. So my request or my take on this would be that the faculty probably does not require reimbursement for travel, but if you feel otherwise, please let us know that no, we need to have, I come by my car this much is my mileage, that needs to be reimbursed if somebody feels like that. So please let us know. But personally, I would feel it is our own students. We are teaching them. So this external faculty stay and travel would be taken care by NNF at NNF level. So the local organizers do not need to spend on their stay or travel. They may help them locate the place, book the place for stay, but they need not spend anything on the external faculty, if at all faculty is required for their stay and travel. And my humble request to all of you would be, if number of faculty is less than 8 and you need some support, it needs to come out clearly. We've been saying from the beginning, please let us know if a support of some faculty is required. Then we'll have to mobilize people to, travel to an X place or a Y place. So please let us know. And if you have any, if you have the 8 faculty who are good enough to do all the sessions and you can organize it, that's absolutely fine. But if there's help required, sure, that would be help. So I think there was some murmuring or whispering regarding the honorarium to the faculty, the local faculty, or even the external faculty. So I'm afraid we are teaching our own students. This is not something which is funded. So we really don't have anything for the honorarium. And if we have some very meager amount, that's not going to be commensurate with your stature or your persona. So, so honorarium really, we don't have. Whatever has been collected will be distributed or used for these workshops to be done.
Yeah.
So we'll come to the questions. Dr. Thapar, I just saw your message. And
There are the questions on the YouTube as well.
Okay, so we will
They
take them.
They better be ready with those also, because YouTube
Please jot them down. Please
live.
jot them down. And again, please understand that none of the students are being supported in terms of their travel and stay, even though they have registered. So it was a very meager registration for a 3-month course. It was just 3,000, which is including these 2 workshops. So there is no further registration for the workshop. It's all included. So we are not supporting the student in terms of their travel, or if some students have to stay overnight, either a night before or a night on the day of the workshop, that's not being supported, because seriously speaking, there are no funds like that. So that's all that I had. I can stop sharing, and we can have.
So, Madam, let me just go through the questions first on YouTube, because these are people who are feeling that they are not being heard, they are not seen. So I'm coming from the YouTube questions now. Dr. Shubhendu Roy, Shubhendu Day, he's asking, and Dr. Seema Shema has said that Google Form is a good idea. Dr. Priyanka also has said Google Form is a better option. Dr. Shubhendu, they wanted to know about the budget, or need to know about the logistics we are being provided. I think Madam has just addressed that, Dr. Shubhendu. Aisa is writing why the venue of workshop. This is, I don't know, ma'am, what is this? She's writing the venue of workshop. Venue of workshop has to be decided by the local NNF and the local medical colleges.
So venue will have to be your own medical college, where you have an area where you can, have 4 stations, the same place in the morning, and the same place has another 4 stations in the evening. I'm sure all the medical colleges, as per NMC, have places which are demonstration room and which are, classrooms and all. So I don't think there should be an issue related to the organization of the place in a medical college.
Yeah, ma'am, Dr. Ruchi Rai writes, has the date been finalized? Ruchi, madam, you might have joined little late because it was full. The dates have been 26th of May or 2nd of June, nothing beyond that. It should be between 26th of May to 2nd June only. Yes, sir?
Yeah, definitely. It should be the 26th of May or the 2nd of June. But if somebody feels, because I did get those kind of messages saying that Sunday is not possible, can we do it on some other day? But to me, that felt like, encroaching upon the day's routine work. But if then people said Saturday is better for us to do, can we do it on a Saturday? So those kind of exceptions, I mean,
Ma'am,
can
Dr.
be,
Shubhendu is asking for fund for food and stationery. Madam has addressed that. I don't know. Sir, it has already been said. Food and stationery funds will be reimbursed. It is the local faculty travel and honorarium, which we feel we are not able to do it
we are
because of
unable
lack
to,
of
we are unable
uh,
to do that
unable to
because,
do it. So because of this, and the amount which will be given may be so less that it will not be to your stature also. And Monica Lajaras, madam, is I'm asking. She also feels Google form is better. She's asking, can we have two different dates as to send our students in two batches? This is what the local NNF people have to, and the medical colleges have to sit together. The state leadership has to take decision so that you can send your student on two dates so that your duties and your they can not suffer. The hospital function doesn't suffer. And this is what we are going to say about two different dates in two different batches. I don't know, Dr. Monica Lazarus is Fatima कहाँ से है,
so
madam?
it will involve logistics doing it twice.
But in the state they can be having at two different places.
Bilkul, they are having like in Madhya Pradesh, they have told that they will be having at Bhopal and Rewa.
And river.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like that you have it, and even Andhra they have given also Telangana. They've given Telangana. Nilofer is doing it twice on both the weekends. They would be doing it because there are lots of
So there
students.
is an option where you can send your postgraduates on either of the dates.
Yeah. But then this has to be, it should not be just left, left like loose that, okay, our students will come there. Because the people who are organizing need to know that I have number one, this student, this student, this student, these three are coming from this college, these six are coming from this college. So I have a quantum of 36 students or 32 students who are there. So it should not be कि you can go here also, you can go there also. दो जगह हो रहा है, कहीं भी चले जाओ. नहीं, पहले से आप फिक्स अप कर लो कि भाई यहाँ जा रहे हैं या यहाँ जा रहे हैं, so that the organizers also know, your own HOD also knows, and you also know. You should not be a guest which is an unwelcome guest कि नहीं हमारे तो already यहाँ 40 हो गए, तुम 4 और क्यों आ गए हो. So those kind of things should not happen.
Dr. Shubhendu asking about reimbursement in which account? As some of the state NNF leadership had already said, the colleges can directly take it. So you have to share us your NFT and bank details, and Central NNF will give to the person because all state NNF actually in a meeting with the state NNF leaders, they said we will be happy if you directly transfer the money to the people who are conducting the workshop, means the medical colleges who are conducting the workshops. So we can do this because we got the mandate from our last meeting with the state NNF president and secretary. Isn't it, Pranav?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was there. Yeah, dates have been finalized. I think all the questions from YouTube has been done, madam. Here so far.
So, sir, I'll just give you Dr. Faridi and Dr. Thapar and everybody. I mean, Ruchi has also asked, somebody else also asked about. So, if we are going to have right now 49, 50 places, 49 for sure, 50th is will be finalized. So, 50 places, the workshop is going to happen either on 26th or on 2nd. So, if we have bare minimum expenditure of, let's say, it should be on actuals, but let's say 20,000 per site. If we have this itself comes to 10 lakhs. And there'll be another workshop, another 50 workshops at the end of the course, which will be similar expense that will happen. So, and apart from this will be any external faculty traveling wherever that's required. Like in Bhagalpur,
That will come to around 10 lakhs or so in both the time.
so that will come to NNF. No, I
Oh.
said Bhagalpur, somebody from the Bhagalpur, the faculty told me that we will need support of, I think about 4 faculty or something. I may be mixing up because there are many, many requests or many, many different messages that are coming. So somewhere they require 2 faculty, somewhere they require support of 4 faculty. So the travel and expense related to that is going to be phenomenal. So I would say these are all very, very basic stations, all the 8 that we talked about. There's nothing, which is something that cannot be taught by our teachers in pediatrics and also those who are doing newborn care. So if we can manage from our own nearby places within the city or nearby, you know, the next city or town, that will be the best. But if external faculty is required, we'll certainly send that. But please let us know that, you know, latest by tonight, tomorrow early morning, because the tomorrow is again a gazetted holiday. Our staff, I'm calling them specially to the NNF office that even on a chutti day you come, because we'll have to do some bookings and some logistics and all, because 25th is election voting at Delhi, so I cannot call them on 25th saying that that will be something which we cannot do. This is as per the, you know,
It is illegal. It is illegal
it
to
would
ask.
amount to being illegal if I call them. So tomorrow we are calling them to the office. So if people can send in the request, the local organizers, in terms of that, I have 7 faculty, I just need support of 1. Some of the places from Gujarat and all, and even I think from Andhra also, they have sent the names of the faculty, even Maharashtra. And they have said that these are the 8 people who are going to teach. So there is a full, you know, full complement, which is from there only or from a nearby city. So many have sent, others I'm requesting, please send the list of faculty, because we should know who are the 8 faculty teaching there. And if you require some support, external faculty to be sent, so please let us know that, I mean, latest by tonight, tomorrow early morning. So please look at the chat, Surinder.
Ma'am, वहाँ का chat, YouTube, I'm looking at YouTube chat. Yeah, let you know. Anuradha Jain. We are organizing first in Indore. That's fine. We know about it, madam. Monica Lazarus. We'll coordinate with Reva and Gopal Indore. Yes, she's right.
Yeah, she messaged today also that they'll
So
coordinate.
Dr. Narinder
Yeah,
Babu
I'm
has
seeing
written.
Narendra's message. He writes that in my state, conducting some medical colleges conducting advanced NRP course, some students attending for that. But Narendra, this needs to be told to them that if they are unable to attend the workshop, then they will not be, you know, qualifying for certification. So physical attendance for the workshop is mandatory. And of course, NNF is also going to do NRP workshops subsequently. That has all been planned out. But once they have registered for this, they must attend the workshop. Only then that makes them eligible for getting the certificate.
Any other question? Dr. Faridi has asked something.
Please,
Please,
sir को unmute करो ना.
अभी तो मैम सबको ही कर सकता है अनम्यूट.
हाँ हाँ प्लीज देवरुण आप अनम्यूट कर दीजिए.
देवरुण सभी को अनम्यूट कर दीजिए. सर आप अनम्यूट हुए सर.
डॉक्टर मिश्रा फ्रॉम ओडिशा. नो
Yes, madam. Yes,
Yeah,
madam.
so
अनम्यूट हो गया भाई. Thank you.
देवशीष सर एक सेकंड.
I talked with the Devashish madam. Actually, we have another primary immunodeficiency.
I know. No.
So we are
Dr.
doing
Mishra.
on
Dr. Mishra, we are aware of the
Yes,
problem
madam.
that
Yes,
IAP Neocon related some workshops are
Yes.
happening on
Yes,
different
yes,
weekends. So we
Yes.
cannot push it to 9th June or subsequently, because then the next workshop will be 3 weeks away. The next workshop, which is actually supposed to be 6 weeks away, will be 3 or 4 weeks away. So I have
And 9 are booked. Second and 9 are booked.
so
2 and S.
so
We are
he
doing on
has
8.
discussed with me that can we do it on Saturday? We will get the students. So
Yes.
please do it on Saturday, on the 25th
Okay.
or on the 1st, because the more you push it out, the more will be the gap which will be shortened between this workshop and the last workshop.
Okay, madam. We will try for first.
Yeah.
देवरुण सबको अनम्यूट करा है ना. डॉक्टर
हाँ सर,
फरीद अभी भी
please.
म्यूट.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
डॉक्टर फरीद अभी म्यूटेड नहीं, बट डॉक्टर फरीद अभी म्यूटेड लग रहे हैं. सर आप अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं अपने आप को.
कोशिश कर रहे हैं सर, कह रहे हैं मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, नहीं हो रहा. देवरुण, कैन यू अनम्यूट सर, डॉक्टर फरीदी सर?
नहीं, सभी को कर दो ना.
I have given rights to unmute to everyone. No.
सर
सर
आप
एक बार
सर
कोशिश
आपको
करिए. He says he has given rights for unmuting. एक बार कोशिश करिए.
Now it is being done. You will have to put on mute.
सर आप अपने आप
धीरज-
अनम्यूट करने की कोशिश
नहीं,
करिए.
डॉक्टर धीरज आप कर पा रहे हैं.
So I did it because I allowed to unmute. I did it.
अच्छा, वो दोबारा सबको दोबारा मैसेज भेजो, तब वो उसमें यस करना पड़ेगा.
You just
एक बार
tap
साफ
and the mute unmute will come at the baseline.
डॉक्टर रामाकृष्ण हैज बीन सब भी हो गए.
It is
डॉक्टर
possible.
फरीदी अनम्यूटेड नाउ.
हाँ
बहुत
सर
छोटा
बताइए.
सा
आप सब लोग हो गए. डॉक्टर धीरज बोले.
बहुत छोटा सा कमेंट है.
जी
Very welcome step. Sushma and Surendra both
जी
perfectly. I was not in the know. I am thankful to Dheeraj. बाद में डॉक्टर साहब ने मुझे बताया. I didn't know. He actually promised me that the faculty will come. But now I understand that we have to arrange faculty as much as possible in order to curb the expenditure and all that. तो वो हो जाएगा. मैं मुझे जा रहा था, can we have a senior resident with 3 years senior residency? Can we have that as a faculty?
सर मेरे से कुछ लोगों ने डीएम रेजिडेंट के लिए पूछा था कि कैन आवर डीएम रेजिडेंट्स टीच. तो वी जस्ट फेल्ट कि लेट इट बी द फैकल्टी.
Just asking, okay, because arranging aid from my own institution will be little
नहीं
difficult.
सर, आप ही के इंस्टीट्यूशन से नहीं, आप लखनऊ में
नहीं
कहीं से
सर,
भी कर
लखनऊ
सकते
में
हैं.
आप बाकी
कोशिश
एपीएलसी जो आरएमएल
कोशिश करेंगे. बिकॉज संडे है ना, थोड़ा कोशिश करेंगे. हाँ धीरज आप.
हाँ, sir, already 4 and 5 already has been given their consent. You as a coordinator there. Dr. Salman Khan is there. Dr. Abhijit Roy from SGPGI is there. Dr. Anubhav Patel from Apollo Hospital. And I will ask the SN Singh and Dr. Akash Pandita.
3 we will arrange. 3
इतनी खराब रहती है.
now the
गुड
second is
गुड.
ठीक है
थैंक यू डॉक्टर धीरज.
3 we have already arranged. 5 you are arranging is okay. Now my another question is कितना पैसा reimburse करेंगे लंच के लिए, वो पता चल जाए.
सर जैसे मैंने
जेब से मास्क निकालने से लटक रहा है, अजीब सा लग रहा है. कहाँ जा रहे हो?
कोई बात नहीं मैम, आप बोलिए.
सर एज आई सेड, अगर हम 20,000 भी रखते हैं पर वर्कशॉप वेन्यू, so then it comes to the expenditure is already 10 lakhs because 4950.
whatever shortcoming, whatever shortage we'll arrange from our own pocket.
सर अगर आपके पास 40 बच्चे आ रहे हैं ना सर, 40 बच्चे आ रहे हैं,
हम सिर्फ जानना चाह रहे थे पर हेड 500 है, 400 है,
तो वो अगर 40 आ रहे हैं तो वो इट शुड कम बिटवीन 300 to 400 के बीच में कहीं आ रहा है.
ठीक है.
फूड एंड दिस.
डॉक्टर धीरज टोटल कितने कैंडिडेट हो रहे हैं?
20,000 लगा लीजिए आप.
केवल
हैं?
आपके यहाँ 18 है सर.
18 ही है.
18 है.
18 है ना?
KGMU में 24 है सर.
Shishma madam, it will be better that rather than giving a huge one amount to the it should be a number of student based, because they have got 80 students, I have got 47, so naturally 20,000 will not be amount per head. That's my suggestion.
I just gave a estimate that 20,000 is our upper limit, but I had also said कि please let it be on actuals.
18 अगर हमारे पास स्टूडेंट तो 8 फैकल्टी में 26 तो हो ही गई है. कोऑर्डिनेटर तो रफली 30 लोगों के लिए जरूरत पड़ेगी मिनिमम.
30 लोगों का है सर. अगर 300-400 के बीच में आप लंच चाय कर रहे
400 में काम हो जाएगा. 400 पर पर्सन विल टेक केयर ऑफ द टी एज वेल एज.
ठीक है, तो 400 इंटू 30 लोग हो जाएगा, तो आपका 12,000 में हो जाएगा स्टेशनरी का, और 1,000-1,500 स्टेशनरी का लगा दीजिए, हो जाएगा.
ठीक है, ओके फाइन.
तो डॉक्टर थापर, अगर किसी एक पर्टिकुलर जगह में स्टूडेंट्स ज्यादा हैं एंड योर एक्चुअल एक्सपेंडिचर इज मोर, सो दैट इज डेफिनेटली विल बी टेकन केयर.
एक्चुअली मैम वो पर पर्सन करने से आ जाएगा.
हाँ, थैंक यू.
तब पर पर्सन करने से वो तकरीबन एवरेज आउट हो जाएगा.
नहीं, Dr. Dheeraj has already given the list of faculty of 7 members. 2 are from the unit. So hopefully everybody comes on the same grade. And otherwise, I'll request one of our senior faculty, Dr. Yogesh Shetwal from CMC. She has joined recently, so I'll request her if she can participate. So that will cover up my 8 faculty for the students.
सर वो आपके यहाँ है तो वो आप अरेंज कर लीजिए, ये तो बहुत अच्छा रहेगा.
I'll just request her because she is a senior professor with us from CMC Ludhiana.
Yes, we know, madam. We know.
Bas. If you know, then it's okay.
Yogesh Shetwal.
Yogesh ma'am. Well, just ask her availability. Google form will be okay, ma'am, but the Google form can be given on that day itself, so that they complete on that day, and post test also they complete that day itself rather than keeping it pending for a later date.
So pre-test actually should be before the workshop ना, इसीलिए हार्ड कॉपी में तो आप मॉनिटर करोगे कि वो कर रहे हैं प्री टेस्ट. गूगल फॉर्म में ये पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि 9:15 से पहले या 9:30 से पहले उन्होंने कर लिया या नहीं किया. They might do pre-test even after the end of the day. So that's why I was thinking, would hard copy be a more
How many questions we are expecting, ma'am? Pre-test में how many questions we are expecting?
So there are 8 stations. So at least 2 to 3 questions per this thing.
Okay.
So 25-30 questions होने चाहिए.
So then it will not be a problem for printing also. Then it will not be a problem for printing 2-3 pages per student. Should not be a problem.
Ma'am, Dr. Binita is asking, can 1 or 2 students attend workshop on another venue because they are not able to join because of some personal issue? Yeah, so this has been addressed now.
So then the local faculty where
he
they
has
are
to be
going,
informed.
they should know. They should be informed with name.
कि कौन
आ रहा है कब.
कौन कहाँ से आ रहा है, so they know. So you ask your state NNF people or the local faculty who are organizing that we want to send it there.
डॉक्टर बेस्ट,
हाँ डॉक्टर धीरज,
ये जो भी पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं वो तो डेफिनेटली आप कॉल तो जाएगी.
मुझे आपकी आवाज बीच में नहीं आई, क्या बोला आपने?
They are participants from different medical colleges. The call will.
धीरज आपका कनेक्शन इंटरनेट कनेक्शन ठीक नहीं है. धीरज ठीक से करो. सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. क्या
सुनाई नहीं पड़ रहा.
बीच में जब बोलते हैं बीच में आता है, बीच में नहीं आता.
या तो आप चैट में टाइप कर दीजिए.
Okay.
And request will be made for the center for the workshop that we should get the participants list so that we can make the groups and attendance list can be prepared beforehand as we do for the advanced and the basic NRP, so that we know for these stations these are the students who will be attending. That sort of a thing will be easier to manage. Easier to manage.
I think people are, मैम लोग गूगल फॉर्म जाते हैं, लोग गूगल फॉर्म प्रेफर करते हैं.
एक सजेशन है ऑन द चैट that pre-test आप hard copy में ले लीजिए so that you are sure that pre-test is done. Post-test can be left for Google form, वो बाद में कर सकते हैं. Yes, Dr. Ramakrishna sir, please. I see your hand up, sir. Please. Sir.
Yes. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, everyone. See, what is the last Sunday we can we do it on 16th of June?
Sir, then the next one that we need to do in July will be the 2nd, 3rd or whatever of July, the first weekend. It will be so close. So then having students travel again or have come for a workshop again, people, the HODs, for them to relieve them also will be difficult. Arey, 2 hafte pehle gaye the, 2 weeks later again they want to go for a workshop. So that's why they were spaced 6 weeks apart. We can at least take it as 7 weeks and 5 weeks, but please don't extend it beyond 2nd June, because then it will be problematic for people to, release the students as well as for organizers to organize the workshop.
I think we already have 2 sessions on 1st and 2nd Sundays of June. Already other CMs are there, scheduled 1 month ago.
So, but sir, this was started earlier, no? April only we started talking about. Once the students have registered, sir, they can't be registering for 2 things. Is like that? CME also they have registered, and this course also they've registered.
CME can we club 2 colleges in a single venue?
Of course, sir. Of course. There are all this is happening like for the whole of Madhya Pradesh, as I said, or for the whole of Telangana. They are doing it at 3, 4, 5 places.
So this must have been done at your place as well, sir.
Yeah, sir, the students are from several medical colleges. Like there is a list of 15, 16 medical colleges in one state. But the workshops are being done at 5 places. So obviously there are students from more than one college at that place.
That's fine, ma'am.
Yeah, I think I see one more hand.
Adarsh.
Dr. Adarsh, yeah.
Adarsh, please.
Yes, Dr. Adarsh. Can you unmute yourself? Unable to?
Yeah, now I can unmute. Very good evening, Dr. Adarsh from Bangalore. I'm a head of department from Rajesh Medical College. Yeah, it is only one thing is, as Ramakrishna sir asked, whether we can do the next Saturday. Is it possible? Because as you said, because in Bangalore we are doing a lot of programs will be there on Sundays, especially the central IP programs will be there. It is prefixed almost 2 months before only. So that was a problem for us. That's otherwise, no problem to conduct this. Consider one more Saturday, 1 week at least.
So, sir, 25th and 1st of June are there, right, sir?
So these two Saturdays, no? 25th of May and 1st of June. Because if we go on extending, it will go on extending, like somebody was asking 16th of June. So
No,
2nd,
16th is a very lengthy time actually. I understand. 1 week you can help us.
So
We
can
will try to do this whatever stipulated date, whatever we have fixed. So 1 week plus you can give means it is fine because I'm a central IP member. Because we already fixed programs. These programs will be already prefixed 2-3 months before only. So this is very short. This is very now we have fixed the date and we have to go there. Not only the students, our faculties also.
Sir, in the beginning,
1st of June
in the
will be
beginning
fine.
itself, Ek minute, Surendra, let me just complete. Sir, in the beginning itself, when we had the initial Zooms, we talked about workshop at the end of 6 weeks and at the end of 12 weeks. So it was clear. And we have been working on this program since March. By the time we did many Zooms for different zones and all, it took time that we could start only on 15th of April because there was some request from some of our colleagues from the religion who said that we have Ramadan. So please don't start in first week of April. Please start it on 15th April after our Eid is over. So we have taken all that into consideration because they felt our students will not be able to, participate that well. So taking all that, this has been going on since March. So my request to you will be, if you can accommodate it on 25th of May, if that is too early, 1st of June, sir, please try and
or anywhere inside the weekdays as well. But if you can organize that.
Yeah, if you allow us to do on weekdays on Friday of this, I think it is no problem.
Sir, it is not we allowing or not allowing. It is you who has to see that full day you will have the students. You have 8 faculty members who are doing their routine work of doing the rounds.
No
some
issue.
classes.
From our side, no issue, madam. We'll
No,
arrange
sir.
that.
So then we have to get the list of faculty and the list of participants, and they
I'll
have attended all the sessions.
I'll
So,
send.
Ma'am, Dr.
we
Vandana
thought
Negi
routine
wants to
work should not suffer, so we kept it on Sunday. But if you think that you can do it on a Friday or a Saturday, like even Odisha has asked me for Saturday, permission for Saturday.
Because
Dr.
why
Vandana Negi
Sundays
Dr.
usually it
Vandana
will be
Negi.
program prefix programs will be there. That is the idea.
Yeah,
So Friday,
thank you,
Saturday, I think
Thank you,
out
sir.
of these 2 days will do it.
Thank you, sir. Dr. Vandana Negi.
Yes, madam. Dr. Vandana, ma'am. Yes.
Please unmute yourself.
Ma'am, you can unmute yourself and
Debarun, dekho whether she has unmuted herself or not.
Till the time she gets into, madam, sir, you can, for example, we have got 8 faculty. So we start with 4 stations. Okay. That means the first 4 stations. So the students will be in 4 batches. So they will, each station will have 4, they will be rotating 4 times.
4 times. So, sir, each station, Dr. Thapar will have 2 faculty members.
Okay.
So, 2, 2, 2, 2. So, 8 of them distributed. 4 stations you have to arrange in the morning, these 4 stations, and students rotate through that. So, you may have a batch of 6 students if it is only 24 total, or 8.
47 है.
Yeah, I've got 47.
आपके पास तो 47 है, तो आपके पास तो 11-12 हो गए.
So it will be a
आपके
huge
साथ कोई शेयर नहीं कर रहा आस-पास में? Nobody is
Ma'am,
sharing.
Ma'am, यूपी बहुत बड़ा है. Ma'am, यूपी बहुत बड़ा है.
DP.
और डॉक्टर थापर कर सकते हैं.
No, we'll do it. We have got the infrastructure. We have already earmarked the thing. But only thing is, I was just not very clear how we will be.
Dr. Vandana, Dr. Vandana.
Yes. Hello. Yeah, I have 32 students, and I'm using all my faculty. We have 8 people here.
You can ask from other college and from Haldwani as well.
I have called from TMU. Dr. Rupa, she said she'll be joining, and from Haldwani, Dr. Ritu is also joining.
Okay, very good. Ritu Rakolia.
We are okay with that. But like we don't have baby for like putting the rice tube. That was the problem. So that we just can tell
do it on mannequin. Do it on mannequin, madam. Only for KMC, we are little more concerned that if it can be done on a real baby and real mother who's counseled, but other things You can do it on props. You can have a
Pushpa,
mannequin.
can I take leave?
Okay.
The things are done. Can I take leave? Can I leave the meeting?
Sure, sir. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for conducting it at your venue. Thank you, sir.
But
Sir,
many
always been a
mannequins are
blessing.
not
The
compatible for the
pre-test, as a
OGQ.
pre-test also, I wanted.
सब प्रीतम वाला जो मैं है लैडल का प्रीतम वाला बच्चा जो कंगारू के लिए यूज करते हैं उसमें आप यू कैन पुट अ फीडिंग ट्यूब देयर
Because today only
you
we
can put
had
a
a
हाँ, वो
demonstration by
हमारे पास
general
नहीं है.
literature. So he
वो
says we don't have any OG.
डॉक्टर आपको मिल जाएगा डॉक्टर थापर आपको मिल जाएगा वो मैनेकिन because you are close to us you can get such a mannequin.
Thank you.
Dr. Vanna was saying something. Sorry, there was some interruption.
No, then I cannot get that mannequin. No, that preterm baby. But pre-test, we'll be getting the Google Sheet, or we'll have to take the printout. So we'll be getting it early.
Yes. So
Yes.
we will send it to the coordinator or HOD like
Okay.
you people so that pre-test you get it done in hard copy. Post-test you can
Okay.
leave it to them on and
Okay.
doing it on the Google form. I think
Okay.
whoever that sent that suggestion is a very
Okay.
good suggestion that we got.
Okay.
Another small suggestion from my side was that the faculty who is coming from other institutions, so I have maybe we can request them, they can get a mannequin, one or two mannequins from their institute, so that
Sure.
as per the worksheet which we have got, there are 8 mannequins which are required as per the total workshop. All the stations have got mannequins. So it
Sir,
will be
4 सुबह होंगे ना, 4
हाँ.
सुबह 4 शाम को,
okay,
तो
4 things.
4 में हो जाना चाहिए काम.
Okay, okay. No, I've
हो
got
जाएगा.
NRP mannequins.
Yeah, the faculty who's coming, they can get
Get,
some
huh?
resources if they have it with them. So, like maybe Pratima will carry something, what you require. You can always have a
Mama breast,
discussion.
if it can be available, so that will be good to show them. If it is available with NNF.
So, Dr. Ramakrishna, there is a question. Dr. R. Ramakrishna, is 8 faculty members must minimum acceptable? Sir, the thing is, minimum acceptable is only 4. But then one person speaking so many times, he is going to lose the tempo by the time the 4th batch comes. And then again, post lunch, he has to again start and teach 4. So he is speaking 8 times. It will just not be, I mean, we will not be doing justice to that person also and to the students also. That's why we thought 2 faculty member at each station. So the first station, one speaks, the other one only supports. Second station, the second one speaks, first one supports. So like that, 8 is what is, it's not must, I mean, it is not bare minimum or something. That is what is the optimum number required.
Okay.
DM Gupta is here.
Sorry?
Dr. DM Gupta.
Yeah, yes.
Madam, that time my voice was not heard. I was just asking.
No.
Already we
ऐसा
have.
कैसे हो सकता है सर? आप तो
Not heard is that.
आप तो EB member है, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है कि
He mean to say आवाज पहुंच ही नहीं
was
पाई.
muted. Yeah, that's why I say.
Okay.
That's why I'm saying. And ma'am, one thing what I am saying, we have a 5 workshop in our state. 5 workshop.
Right.
Great.
2 in Lucknow, and 1 in Bareilly, and 1 in Noida. And already we have made all the list of all the participants and all the these faculties. But my question is that where the call will be given from the central NNF side to each and every participant that your workshop place is such and such, or the coordinator, local coordinator will ask each and everyone that you have to come on the date. What is the procedure regarding that?
Surinder, can we manage to inform the students, because we were thinking it will be done locally. They know their faculty, you know your students, but if you want that list to come from central NNF, I think it's just duplication of work. But if that is a requirement, batao bhai. You are muted, Surinder.
Muted.
नहीं कर सकते हैं, बट अगर इफ एवरीबॉडी नोज देयर ग्रुप, उसे कहाँ जाना है ग्रुप से पता चल जाएगा तो
That will be better, Dr. Gupta. I also feel that you know that we are doing for 3 colleges at your center. You know, वहाँ से 8 स्टूडेंट हैं, वहाँ से 12 हैं, वहाँ से 4 हैं. उनकी लिस्ट आपके पास पहुंच गई है. ये बच्चे यहाँ आके आपके पास रिपोर्ट करने हैं. Rather than Central NNF making a list of them and sending it.
Dr. Dheeraj,
सेंट्रल
I
एनएनएफ
think
के पास वो लिस्ट होनी चाहिए पूरी. तो जब एक लिस्ट कंपाइल हो जाएगी वो पूरी ग्रुप में डाल दी जाए, सब एवरीबडी अपना, फिर वो ग्रुप में अपना नाम देख ले. और मतलब हर सेंटर वाइज डालने की जगह अगर 50 बच्चे हैं, मतलब 100 बच्चे हैं यूपी में, तो भाई ये 20 इस सेंटर में, ये 15 इस सेंटर पे, एक ये कॉमन एक वो बन जाए.
तो सर को
और वो एक लिस्ट
डॉक्टर
होनी चाहिए
राजीव,
पूरी कि कौन कहाँ जा रहा है.
डॉक्टर राजीव, आपको
तो वो
कैसे पता
लिस्ट
चला
बन
आपके पास
जाएगी.
47 बच्चे आ रहे हैं?
नहीं, I got a mail from Dr. DM only कि these are the students from
So you,
PGI.
Dr. Dheeraj, you have done it. Dr. Dheeraj, you have already done it.
He has to inform the other centers because from
This
Santosh,
already
from Hapur, from other places. So he has to inform them.
already I have made the list. I know from different medical college, different numbers of participants are coming, but we don't have any contact number of
Contact
that
number.
person and the
So, yeah,
name
please.
of that participant. We didn't have.
So this I think, madam, which we have to do. We have to do that. So if you have already divided, you tell us you have
Already
divided from
divided.
this. So
Already
so we will
divided,
provide.
and I have a flow chart I have sent to the central NNF also from the already gone
Okay.
at the center.
So
Hello.
can I raise
Hello.
something here? Bijan, 1 second.
Yes,
Bijan,
ma'am.
welcome, but 1 second. So do we have people from Rajasthan? How many people have joined from Rajasthan? Can I have a show of hand or unmute and say?
Gunjana was there on YouTube, ma'am. She tried to join, I think, but the participants had leave. Shall I call her back? Yes. Now the participants are left.
Yeah,
Gunjana has joined.
she is working out things, but do we have anybody who is organizing the workshops? Because we do
Chetan
have
was
some.
from Jaipur only. Chetan had joined.
एक
Chetan
जयपुर
also.
में कर रहे हैं वो, दूसरा उदयपुर और जोधपुर के बीच में उदयपुर में करने की कर
उदयपुर
रहे हैं,
में
लेकिन वहां कुछ फाइनलाइज हो नहीं रहा है. So I was just thinking if we have people from Rajasthan, we can just address it here itself. I am getting messages, but you know, there is a difficulty there. Some of these states, they have come out with their list of faculty participants clearly, and it has been sent to us, and some were still being received. But Rajasthan में जयपुर वाला तो हो रहा है, वो उदयपुर और जोधपुर के बीच में there was an issue.
उदयपुर में होगा मैम, उदयपुर में
नहीं,
होगा.
फाइनली होगा, लेकिन नहीं हो रहा है ना. There is some issue in decision making finally. So I was just thinking if we have people from Rajasthan, we can talk it out here itself. So it is between Ananta Institute or between Gitanjali. So
Gitanjali and Ananta, I think.
Gitanjali not very keen. Ananta. So I was just thinking if we can talk. But anyway, we have the rest of the people here. So we will talk to them 1:1. Yes, Bijan, please. Bijan, you need to unmute yourself. You're muted.
देवरुण, सबको अनम्यूट कर दो यार, नहीं हो पा रहा है, वो थोड़ी देर में म्यूट हो जा रहे हैं. मैं भी म्यूट हो गया था.
Dr. Balram, you're trying to say something? जब तक Dr.
Bijan is there now.
Actually, madam, in West Bengal, there will be 2 centers, one at Bardhaman and second in SK. And I think 83 students have enrolled. And there was a request from Jharkhand. 5 students will be coming from there also. So
that's great.
If there is a list of students from the central NNF, it will be easy, because there we have to
give that
food, everything, etc.
And you can call them, ask them when they are reaching.
Yes, whether they are coming or not, because somewhere we has enrolled, they may not be coming. But for logistic, we have to do the things before.
So I think we will provide you.
That will be better. That will be better.
So I think tomorrow, Surinder, we have the staff that has been asked to come to the
office.
I think
that we have to do it.
And send
we have to do it. So we'll do it by workshop where it is being conducted, like Dr. Thapar's place, who the students are going, their phone numbers, their email will be provided to each one of the 15 places where it is being done. Yeah, we can do that.
Dr. Bish, it can be put in the HOD Shine group also, because then people will be aware that my students are going there.
Oh yeah, we can make that that Excel sheet, combined Excel sheet, and give it to you in the group also.
zone wise or state wise. That will be easier.
The numbers will get shared to everybody. I don't know how is that good for privacy of the people, but to the workshop coordinator, we should certainly give. We'll WhatsApp you directly and mail you also.
No, WhatsApp has been a good media of communication with the states and even in the zones. So the material is also being sent through this. So you can understand how frugal the whole exercise is in terms of the expenditure and the funding. So yeah, we have Sri Vidya. Yes, Sri Vidya, your hand is raised up.
Devarun, please.
Ma'am, I'm Satyavani from Visakhapatnam.
Yeah. So you shifted to Visakhapatnam, huh? I thought you were still in
I'm Dr. Satyavani from Visakhapatnam. Madam, actually, we are having shortfall of faculty or taking leave this coming week. At each station, can we have one faculty, a senior faculty with one medical officer or a senior resident who's working in SNCU?
So I had
can overcome this faculty shortage.
Yeah, so I had just a little while back, I think we had Dr. Faridi asking for if senior resident can do. We should avoid having senior resident teaching there.
Certainly.
Let it be faculty. If you have a medical officer who's senior enough, who's been doing rounds,
medical officer can do.
that is fine. That's not an issue. But senior resident, I think we better avoid because we have also said no for DM residents.
I mean, along with the faculty, it's not that we're having a station alone. They'll be along with
No,
one
ma'am,
faculty. We need to have two. Because the faculty is absolute shortfall we are having, so accommodating all we have only 8 faculty right now, and continuing whole
No,
day.
but you have, ma'am, you have another medical college nearby. No, you have in Visakhapatnam. There are 2 or 3 medical.
Vani, in Visakhapatnam, you have so many people in the private also who are doing neonatology, as well as there is a second medical college. Just try talking to them. I'm sure they will be more than willing to teach the students on one Sunday.
Okay, sure, ma'am.
Or if there is shortfall, please let us know.
Sai Sunil is there only.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are people in private. Just try talking to them. It's not that we only need to have medical college faculty or only government medical college, nothing like that. There is no demarcation like this. So if there are people in private and they can, I mean, they conduct workshops and they do CMEs, please request. Or finally, let us know.
Visakhapatnam is going to organize a neocon. Visakhapatnam is going to organize a neocon next year. You can have a lot of people over there.
Actually, I was asking
you cannot say we have shortfall of faculty. You are organizing a neocon. Anybody else, ma'am? Or we can call it a day?
उसके लंग्स अभी अच्छे नहीं है ना अभी उसका कितना है टीप कितना लगाया हुआ है
We are in a ICU somebody.
Okay. No, I've muted her. Dr. Vandana was speaking. Maybe she's instructing her resident. So if we have any more questions or queries or anything that needs to be sorted, so please let us know. Or otherwise, it's already about an hour that we have been logged in.
More than an hour.
Dr. Sushma.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Dr. Ashwini, sir.
Hearing to all your discussion, nice, very hard labor, and I think let's see the fruits. And for Shimla and Kumareti and Tanda, we have already done everything.
Great, sir.
Yeah,
I'm sure with everybody's inputs like senior faculty like you, we should reap good fruits and our students should be benefited by these learnings. Thank you, sir. So Surinder where is Amit? Amit ji?
Amit,
I'm here.
So if there are no further queries and questions, I wish everybody lot of luck and best wishes for conducting these workshops.
And a great new shine.
Yes, let the newborn shine, shine. Yes, Amit.
Shine with
Yes.
shine.
आप wind up कर सकते हो meeting को. Thank you.
Oh, it's wonderful, and you are awaited in another meeting. If you remember, today I have forwarded you the link.
घर से बाहर निकाल देंगे वो वहां से बार-बार आंखें दिखा रहे हैं.
इसको 5 मिनट में खत्म करके वो शॉर्ट है दीपक की है. It is
Okay.
wonderful. New Shine Workshop will be very good. And we all are looking forward to it. This is the flagship program of NNF this year.
नहीं, for coming years as well.
Yeah.
पहले इससे तो हो जाए.
ठीक है.
Now
All right,
the
so
ठीक है मैम.
thank
now
you.
the
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night, madam.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye bye. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.